Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday Night Live show for August 2nd, 2022. Well, as life has it, sometimes the best laid plans does not work out. Uh, just over an hour ago, got a phone call from Spangle, and there's been an emergency, and Miranda Ritter from the Kansas City Reindeer Barn will not be with us tonight. They've had a family emergency, and so keep her in your prayers for me, please. Spangle won't be with us tonight. So tonight we're going to bring in our special co-host for the night, Santa Scott Saratine. Go ahead and bring him in at this point. Hey, Scott, how are you?
I'm doing great and great to be on here. Hey, I'm great to see that you're back and in action. I see that Spangle finally drug you out of the lake.
Yeah, my dank in the lake was quite interesting. It's good to be back. I really needed the rest, and you guys jumped in, took care of the show last week, did a fantastic job. You and Randy on Monday for the Bob Randall and Company live show, and then you and Spangle also Tuesday night for the Tuesday night live show. Well, as I was trying to explain to everyone, emergencies happen and plans change. That's what my point of view is actually about tonight because this is a second plan change we've had this week, and sometimes it happens, and you just come on and try to do the best you can. So tonight we don't really have a guest other than Scott. Uh, Many of you may know Scott. He, of course, helped out Ian Branson a couple of weeks ago, and last week. Scott's history with the show goes back to the very beginning. The very first night that we went live on the air, Scott was the actual master of ceremonies, and it was Ron Lamb in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, myself, and Barry Cummins over in Alabama. And we did a round table and, just kind of chit chatted and got a feel for the live and decided that it was something that we were going to push forward with. Scott stayed with us for a number of weeks. He is involved with scouting and has two sons in scouting. And tonight he actually was on a scouting meeting just before this show went live, and he was able to jump off at last minute notice and come in and be on our show tonight. We thank you for that, Scott.
Well, I'm glad to be here, Bob. I know that you had mentioned that things come up in people's lives, and I'd like to take this opportunity to get a little update on our brother Rex Ray, who had quadruple bypass on Monday, and I got a text message back from his daughter saying that it was all successful. He was doing well. He was in ICU recovering, and hopefully they put him in a room the next day, and hopefully get him sitting up in a chair. So that's great news on Rex. So everybody, please keep Hall of Famer Rex Ray in your prayers tonight. And I think you had some news on Tom, didn't you?
Yeah, and we mentioned yesterday on yesterday's show also Rex and Tom Carmody. Tom, the IBRBS member on the board, and he had last year before the season had rotator cuff surgery on one arm. Went back in a couple of weeks back to get the other side done. While in there, he got an infection. Ended up spending a week and a half in the hospital. He came home a few days ago. He's trying to get his strength built back up. Fixing to have to start rehab, but also hospital has a way of taking a lot out of you. They're there to help you improve, but anyone who's spent any time in the hospital at all knows that it really has a toll on you. And so keep Tom and Rex both in your prayers, please, and Miranda, if you will. I know many of you may not know who Miranda is. Again, she's the lady from the Kansas City Reindeer. Her and her family, her father and mom, have a farm, and she was our Plan B tonight. Plan A was supposed to be Jim Enos from the reindeer farm over in Marysville, Tennessee. That deal fell through. So, and more on all this tonight on the point of view. I've got a little segment put together for that. But right now, at this point, I guess real quick, let's go ahead and run our second promo real quick, and then we'll come back on the other side of that. All right. Well, looks like we've got a good crowd tonight. I know everyone's kind of disappointed. We really had a great show put together, but we will have Miranda on in the near future. We do have several open dates that we're in the process of filling right now to fill out the rest of this season two. This is week 31, by the way, of season two. It's been a long season so far. First 2/3 of the season went really smooth. Everything, kind of fell into place. Last few weeks, we've had a few bumps in the road, but we're getting through them, and we're here and trying to give everyone something to do on a Tuesday night. All right, so just a reminder, all our live shows are recorded for your convenience and can be seen on YouTube at the Tuesday Night Live Show. If you visit, drop us a comment, and don't forget to give us a like, share, and a subscribe. We certainly do appreciate it. The first half of tonight's Tuesday Night Live Show is brought to you by Derek Dugan's Slave Driver Apparel Company. And we want to thank Derek very much on everything that he does for the community. And I got to tell you, he's not just in that business. He has other businesses. Scott, tell him about his logo business and what he's done for so many.
He does some graphic designs, and Derek's a very talented young man. And I guess I shouldn't say young man. I think he's older than I am. I don't know. But anyhow, Derek is a graphic artist. He does logos. He did 2 logos for Bob and I, for our other entity that we're working on, Memories with Santa and Memories with Santa Claus. And the thing about it that Derek does is he is so talented. He's done T-shirts for concerts, designs, just all kinds of businesses. He's in the marketing business. If you want help marketing yourself, go to Derek Dugan. He's the man with the plan. And I'm so happy in what he did for us. I've had shirts made with this logo. Derek's great to work with. If you don't like something or you want it changed, if Bob remembers we wanted a hat turned a different way or something, he's more than happy to work with you. Don't get crazy on changes, but he really does a good job, and I loved working with Derek. And Derek, thank you for all you do for the community as well.
Yes, fantastic. And he does personal appearances for the Santa community on marketing, on intellectual property, trademark. He's got quite the resume. Again, he back in the day was involved in motorcycles and was master of ceremony for a lot of different events that they had in that world. Fantastic to have Derek along with us. We want to thank him week in and week out for everything he does. Okay, so at this point, let's go ahead and run the Tuesday Night Live Derek Dugan first promo, and we'll come back with a trivia on the other side of that. All right, so tonight's trivia question, and I'm sorry everything is fluid tonight. I didn't get a chance to send Scott the script, so he doesn't have these particular questions, so I'll be handling that tonight. So our first trivia question: when was the first Christmas card sent, and who created it?
Now it's time to get those fingers to going. Come on, Googlers.
When was the first Christmas card sent, and who created it? And again, trivia questions are fun. You get to get in, do a little research, find out some things that you didn't know. Find out a lot of things about reindeer this week that I thought I knew, but I found out even more as I was researching for Miranda tonight. But again, we'll have her on in a future show, and once things settle down with her.
Well, Bob, while they're hunting and working on this trivia question, I'd just like to say hello to a few people out there, if you didn't mind.
Go right ahead.
AJ and Santa Carlucci, Dana, or is that Dana?
Dana.
Dana and the Elliott, the beautiful Elliott family. I can't say enough about those folks. Those they are an amazing couple, and they are an amazing Mrs. Claus and Santa, and dressed to the nine. Those are the folks that had the white outfit on in some of the pictures at that you've seen online. So thank you, Eric, for you guys being on here. And Jackie Chamberlain, Santa Kevin, David Dixon. Wow, we're glad everybody's here. Ron, hey, it's good to see you, Mr. McLam, Santa Rio Rancho. Ray Bradshaw, it's great to have you on tonight. Jackie again. Um, it's great. We got a pretty good crowd here going. So Melissa Lynn, it's super to have you as always on. And I'm not on very much. And oh wait, Rex Ray, hello from my hospital room in L.A., Lower Alabama. Ha ha ha. Anyhow, surgery went extremely well. Rex, we've been praying for you, buddy, and we're glad you're back up and ticking, and everything's going well. Thank you so much for being on. And like I said, you're great asset to our community, and we're so happy that your heart's doing well, and wish you the best and fast recovery. If you need anything, don't help. Don't hesitate to reach out to Bob or I or Spangle or I would probably comfortably say anybody in the community if possible. So anyhow, thanks for being on here, and Rex, I look forward to hearing from you when you get home, my friend.
Yeah, that's two of us for sure. All right, looks like we got some great answers coming in. We need the year that card was sent and the name of the person who created it. And again, the research that we do, we come up with a particular answer. Hopefully, there's not more than one answer out there, but we'll kind of go through that. We'll give you the answer that we have towards the end of the show, and then we'll make a determination who has the correct answer by the timestamp. All right, so at this point, let's go ahead and run the second Derek Dugan commercial, please.
The first half of tonight's Tuesday Night Live show is brought to you by Derek Dugan's Slate Driver Apparel Company. You can find Derek's store on Etsy.com/shop/Slate Driver Apparel or contact Derek Dugan for all your custom apparel needs. Now back to our show with Bob Spangle and Angela. This is Tuesday Night Live.
All right, fantastic. Again, Derek, thank you so much. We know you're watching tonight. Hey, if you'd like to come on and be on with us here for a little bit, we can send you a link, get you into the green room. Just let us know if you got time. All right, so hey, Scott, let's kind of talk about the upcoming guest. I know you don't have the list in front of you, so I'll kind of go through them, and you can give me your 2 cents worth on the backside. What a month we have coming up on the show. Next week, August 9th, will be Tim Conahan. I think everyone in the community is familiar with Tim. Hall of Fame 2011, been a Santa for 53 years. His story is quite interesting. He started during his time in Vietnam during the war as the Santa there. It was a little gag that they put together, ended up doing. He fell in love with the idea of it all and came home from Nam and become a Santa. And everyone knows that Hall of Fame, one of the top Santas in this industry. I know I put him at the top. I think a lot of folks feel the same way about Tim, quality person.
Angela, would send Derek a link, please?
I don't know if I have his email. Oh, I do. I have it.
Yeah, she's got his email. Okay, we'll get him a link. Yeah,
Sorry,
too. Yeah. And okay, so let's carry on. The following week, August 16th, we have Chuck Ellis, professional Santa, Cotton State Santa, Alabama. I think everybody knows Chuck pretty well. He's got some great stories to tell. Looking forward to having him on in 2 weeks. The following week, August 23rd, we'll have Bill Dendy, professional Santa Claus, and he is a seamstress or seamster, however you want to say that. Santa's Tailor LLC. And for those watching tonight, the shirt that Scott has on is
my new Santa shirt from Bill.
Original. That's correct. He does high-end suits now. If you're looking for something and you got a few dollars extra, he's got the quality stuff. He's quite the seamster.
And he does have shirts like this, Bob, right off the rack. This was an off the rack shirt that he made. He stocks this style quite a bit. And I'm a bigger guy, as you well know, and I normally wear a 4X. This is a 3X, and it actually, I still have room in it. So, I mean, you can see in the arms, and I mean, it's a great fitting shirt, and it's, I think he called it a muslin shirt, but it's almost like a linen shirt. Super comfortable, not hot, lightweight. If you're looking for some new Santa attire, Bill Dindy is your man for quality, and he's not just making you a custom suit. He, by being Santa's tailor, he is actually making you a made to fit suit, just like you would go and buy a $1,000 dress suit or $1,500 dress suit, you know, a 3-piece suit in Paris or anywhere else. They're wool suits, then you get cashmere wool, and they breathe. The lining he uses, I can't rave enough about Bill Dindy. I mean, and as young as Santa as I am, my next suit's coming from Bill. I don't know about you, Bob, but my next suit, if he could have got me pants made this year, I'd had them this year.
He does do quality stuff for sure, and has a great story as Santa. And I'm hoping to kind of have an announcement from him on the show when he comes on. I haven't checked with him, but I've got a little birdie that's giving me some inside information, and I'm hoping that he's willing to share that with us. Don't know. We'll find out. All right, so moving on along, we want to talk about the August 30th, which will round out this month of August. I know we're just getting started, but gosh, before we know it'll be here. Santa Nana Holiday University. We just saw those ladies in Branson, Missouri at the School of Santas, Deanna Golden and Judith Broderick. I cannot say enough good things about Santa Nana's Holiday University. Not just for Santa, not just for Mrs. Claus's, even elf information there. And 2 quality ladies that are right up there at the top also when it comes to performance and knowledge in this industry. So looks like we've got a great month coming up.
Yep, Bob, the Santa Nana University. When I went to Branson, I was like, well, it's going to be for Mrs. Claus's. Boy, was I wrong. Amazing 2 women. They're full of knowledge, full of history. What Santa Nana set out for them, and they took and ran with it and enhanced it. I mean, it is probably the most organized together school that I've been to since I've been going. So, organized together. Welcome, Derek. Good to see you.
I like you.
Welcome, Derek. Good to see you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, getting a delay there from the show.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, getting a delay there from the show.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So thanks for jumping in with us, man. You know, it's been a while since we had you on the show, but we talk about you a lot every week due to you being the first trivia question of the night. We always like to give you a plug. Have you got anything going on that we can talk about, Derek? We always like to give you a plug. Have you got anything going on that we can talk about, Derek?
There's voices coming from everywhere.
Yes, there is.
There's voices coming from everywhere.
Yes, there is.
There's voices coming from everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Hey, this was like the Halloween show we had just happened to us.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, this was like the Halloween show we had just happened to us. Have you got more than one device open? Have you got more than one device open?
No.
Wow.
Just the camera cam, or actually the monitor cam and camera cam, or actually the monitor
I
cam.
don't. This is something we haven't experienced before, so I'm
No,
not sure.
but this is what live TV is about.
Absolutely.
So what's going on with you, Derek? You got anything new going on? Any new designs? Anything new product that you're coming out with? So what's going on with you, Derek? You got anything new going on? Any new designs? Anything new product that you're coming out with?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the echo to come through. So, been very busy. I'm waiting for the echo to come through. So, very busy. Let me finish that up. Been very busy. I actually finished the new Santa coin for 2022. Been very busy. I actually finished the new Santa coin for 2022. And I was actually going to announce the sale tomorrow. I kind of did kind of a pre-intro. Actually going to announce the sale tomorrow. I kind of
Ignore yourself, Derek. Just keep talking. Ignore yourself, Derek. Just keep talking.
I wonder if you went out and came back in, if it'd make a difference.
Ignore yourself, Derek.
I wonder if you went out and came back in, if it'd make a difference.
Does that help? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. You're just hearing the echo afterwards multiple times, it sounds like. Yeah, we can hear you fine. You're just hearing the echo afterwards multiple times, it sounds like. Yeah, we can hear you fine. You're just hearing the echo afterwards multiple times, it sounds like.
How's that? Hello.
I think it got it.
How's that?
No,
No, it's still a delay. Hello.
I think it got it.
Okay.
How's that? No, that's really strange. I don't know. Like I said, have no idea what the problem is. That's really strange. I don't know. Like I said, have no idea what the problem is. That's really strange. I don't know. Like I said, have no idea what.
This is kind of fun. Can we do a Halloween show in July or in August?
Yeah, right.
This is kind of fun. Can we do a Halloween show in July or in August?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was trying to see if any of my settings would make a difference, but I don't think it will. Yeah, I was trying to see if any of my settings would make a difference.
Well, you want to go out and try to come back in, see if it makes a difference, Derek?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Well, Angela will let you back in.
Well, anyhow, nothing but live TV, and it's
boy,
the joy of trying to make things happen. There's Rex. If he can't turn down the volume on a high computer, on his computer, he should log out in the call.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Rex. We appreciate the input. We're trying that now. Anyhow, can I talk a little bit about Spangle and the school? And listen, folks, if you've never been to School of Santas, it's time to sign up. Tanya's waiting for your name and all your information, and she'll get you signed up. Spangle's he's telling Bob and I that we're going to have to be there 2 weeks this year. So, Bob and I do a lot of the cooking that takes place, that Hope and her crew don't take care of the prep stuff, but Bob and I cook the burgers and the dogs when we have burgers and dogs, and I usually bring smoked pulled pork for one night, and and this last year I picked up actually all the meat at one of my wholesale restaurant supplies, and Hope and her crew sliced it all up, almost 200 pounds of meat, wasn't it, Bob?
Yeah.
But this year, if a lot of folks know who Ed Taylor is, and he's going to, he's usually all video. You don't see him out live much and doing any of his marketing presentation or his public speaking stuff. And you hear a lot of the Santa stuff. I think that he's going to be an outstanding headliner for the school this year. And the thing about Ed is that he makes good money. And the one thing I learned from Ed Taylor is don't underprice yourself. Don't feel like you're not worth the big money. You can ask, whatever your market will bear, but don't be afraid to ask for what you feel like you're worth. Would you not say that's pretty good advice, Bob?
Yeah, it is. And the thing about it is any negotiation, one party starts high, one party starts low, and you meet in the middle. So there's always room for negotiation. So always keep that in mind. Derek tried to come back in. I think he was still getting echo, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Sorry for that, folks. We was just going to try to throw Derek in real quick and get a word from him. He's got that sale starting tomorrow, and thought maybe we could go ahead and get a jump on that. Maybe he can figure it out and come back in with us here in a moment.
Yep.
Yeah, Ray. On Tuesday nights, Ed has a deal that he does. He was always on Thursday nights, and this season he decided to jump in and do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes even on Monday. So he's got a lot going on. He is on different times, different. He's tried different things, but
Okay.
we're just happy to have you guys that are with us tonight with us. And I know we're rambling on here, and this is kind of a different kind of show that we do. This is more like the Monday show that me and Randall's been doing, and of course Scott helped out last week when in my absence. But thanks everyone for coming in and watching what we got to say here. All right, so we talked about the month of August. We've got 2 slots, I think, left, and got people that were negotiation factor with that. Speaking of negotiating, to fill those 2 slots. As soon as we get those filled, we'll go ahead and put them up on the schedule. They're at the top, pinned at the Tuesday Night Live show. All right, so thank you, Ray. We appreciate having you on, brother. We try to give good content here, keep the shows coming. I do got to say that our guest list has been stellar. Last season, it was fantastic. This year, it's been even better. We've had some quality guests each week, week in and week out, and every once in a while, something's going to happen. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, something happened tonight, an emergency, and it was just out of our control, you might say. No, Ben, she had, as I was just explaining, she had an emergency pop up about 5:30, 5:45. I got a phone call from Spangle, and it's a family emergency, so she couldn't be with us tonight. We will have her on a future show. She felt really bad about it, but hey, again, life happens. So, you just have to go with it. All right. So, hey, at this point, I think let's do the Showstopper special.
Well, Spangle, here we come.
Of course, that clown's not with us tonight, but we're going to go ahead and do a Showstopper special. I did talk to him. He gave us the okay to go ahead with this one. Some of you may have seen the new North Pole flags that Spangle has come out with. Fantastic looking blue and white flag. Absolutely love it. If you've caught the Monday show the last few weeks, Santa Randall Checker Lee has got one hanging behind his set. So it shows in the camera as he's on. Quite a few people have picked those up. They've been a hot item since Spangle came out with them. So he's going to do it tonight. Good through this next Monday. You have to mention that you saw the special here to get the $20. $20 special for one of those flags. They're a full size flag, free shipping. And
3 by 5, I think, aren't they, Bob?
Yeah. Fantastic flag. They got the ringlets already in them. Hang them on your flagpole, hang them on your wall. As we did in Branson, had the mount to the trailer hitch. You can buy a special mount that has flag holders. We flew some in Branson as we were parading down to each one of the shows on Friday and Saturday nights, and flew those colors proudly along with the American flag and the School of Santa Daisy May flag. And had a fantastic
42 cars in some of those parades.
Ray, Melissa, super nice flag, great quality, love mine. Yes. Ray, I'm not sure if he's got those on the website. If not, you can always go over to, I believe we've got a picture of them up on Tuesday Night Live. I was actually going to try to grab a photo and bring them in tonight so we can show them to everyone. But I'll tell you what, I'll get that and I'll send it to you in a private message, Ray. That way you can see what it looks like. Fantastic flag, beautiful flag.
Yep, I think I've got one that's ordered too. I just don't know.
Yeah, he outdid himself on that flag. I really like it. It's something that, again, if you flow that
up. As he says, it's not the official quote unquote North Pole flag, but the official North Pole flag is ugly. What Spangle came up with and produced is really an eye-catching and a cool flag.
Yes, so, it is. And very, very clean.
He said that he posted his on the group page. So Ron McLam did. He's got one. So
yes, Ron sure did. He sure did. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Ron, as always, brother. All right, so at this point, let's go ahead and run the other promo, and we'll be back on the other side of that.
You are watching Tuesday Night Live with Bob Spangle and Angela. The second half of tonight's show is brought to you by StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com, where you can find everything you need for your Santa and Mrs. Claus professional business. Remember, if Spangle ain't got it, you just don't need it because it must not exist. So contact Spangle today for all your red suit accessories and more. And be sure and tell everyone where you got all that really cool stuff. Now back to our show with Bob, Angela, and, of course, more Spangle with trivia fun.
Well, our trivia question for tonight, brought to you by Spangle, is, it's all yours, Bob.
Yes, Get that out right.
You didn't send me the script.
StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com trivia question. And this is good for one of those flags that we just talked about. That will be the trivia prize for tonight. Now, this trivia question is a trick question. Only because there is different ways of looking at the answer. And let me give you the question first, and let's see who can get the actual answer that we're looking for. A children's poem published in New York in 1821 was the first publication to mention Santa's reindeer. Now, again, this is kind of a trick question because there's more than one answer here, but we're looking for the original, the very first name of this children's poem published in New York in 1821. We need the name of the poem, and I will tell you at this point that it was credited to an unknown author. But again, that could also be two different ways of looking at that. So see what you can come up with this. This is something that we talk about in our Set Bob's classes. And this particular answer may be new to some of you because you may know it by another name, but that's all the clues I can give you. So, see what you can come up with. And again, there is an obvious answer for this because it's what most people know. And I see some answers coming in, and it looks like we've got a couple of good answers coming in. Fantastic. I was afraid this was going to be a little bit hard. All right, so we'll have to go through those answers and find out who had the first time stamped on there for our winner, and we'll give you the true answer to this towards the end of the show. All right, Scott, so gosh, I don't know where to go from here. It's one of those nights when we're just kind of going by the seat of our pants, and it happens sometimes. I refer to my days when I used to race cars. quite often because there was so many life lessons learned during that time frame of racing over the years. And this is one of those cases where sometimes you have to fall back on your experience and from what you've learned. So let's talk about Randy and the Monday show. I don't know how many of you have caught the new show that we started back 5 weeks ago, I believe it is now. Santa, yeah, Randall Santa Checker Lee, or Randy Wagner, as many of us know, MAPS member. And those guys are having a MAPS meeting tonight. And so I'm not real sure if Randy's with us tonight or not because he was part of that meeting. But he jumped in when Barry left and has filled in on Mondays, become my co-host for the Monday show. It's a fantastic show. We've broadened that show beyond what it was before. We've added some new segments and adding more new segments coming this next week, starting with one that we're going to be titled, If I Were an Agent. And we have some great agents that have been our guest on here weekend, several weeks throughout the year. Mitchell Allen with Hire Santa, Cherry Hill programs. We've had Becky and Rubio multiple times. Of course, everyone loves Gina Bacon and Nationwide Santas out in Las Vegas. But we're going to take it from, all of us Santas and Mrs. Clauses, we chit chat and we talk to each other. Agents talk to each other also. But we're going to take it from Santa and Mrs. Claus's perspective. If I were an agent, how would I do things a little bit different? What would I like to see? And so we're going to kind of start this segment. It'll be a suggested segment where we'll talk about it, and then we'll ask for input from the audience. And you guys can, give us your take on it. And so we're looking forward to that. Randy started the segment the very first week out. We discussed how we could do some new things. Santa Shorts, just a peek inside Santa's world. Fantastic segment. Randy has really done a fantastic job with that one. If you haven't caught a Monday show, come over and catch us on Mondays at 3 p.m. We'd love to have you on Monday. I know a lot of folks cross over on both shows, but a lot of you may not know about Monday show. If you don't, you're more than welcome to come over. We'd love to have you. And, of course, Scott filled in on that show last week for me. Tell us about it, Scott.
Well, Randy Checker Lee is just an amazing Santa, and his persona and the way he delivers everything he does is so explicitly perfect, I guess is the only way I know to put it. And he was a joy to work with. He really was. And, Bob, you called me and had said, hey, I need you. Well, it's been over a year since I've been on live, and it's it's like riding a bicycle. You don't forget how to do it. It's just, it takes a few segments before you get your feet wet again. But working with Randy made that last Monday just a joy to do, and it was very simple. And you sent an outline, and it was very easy to follow, and he just makes you comfortable. And guys, if you hadn't been on the Monday show, go. It's a real laid back, just kick back and talk about whatever. And it's kind of what we're doing a little bit of tonight because we didn't really have a guest, and Bob had reached out to me, and I said, sure, I'll jump out at this other meeting and come right over. But if you've not seen one of Randy's and Bob's shows, get over there and see them. They're a lot of fun, and Randy keeps Bob in check, and that's what's important.
Yeah, that's for sure. Got to have somebody to keep me in check. Melissa Lynn says Randall is awesome. I agree 100%. Mark Walker says Santa with heart. He truly is. He's the ultimate professional. He prepares well. He's been entertaining since he was a child. He's got such a background in being a magician, a balloon artist. He's done clowning. He's quality. All the folks in MAPS are lucky to have him, and I think they all really, really love the fact that what they've got going in the MAPS organization up there is something special, and Randy is a part of that.
Right, and now that you mention that, Bob, my guest last week was Bruce that Spangle and I had on there, and Bruce is part of MAPS as well, and you're talking about, if you didn't see the segment, go back and watch it. But Bruce is just, oh my goodness, I don't know how to. He's a wealth of information in history, not just talented with all his career and everything he's done, and the accomplishments he's made in the vocal and music industry, and all this plays over into his Santa Claus role, and he's just, if I was to get rid of you as a mentor, it would be Bruce and Randy. I couldn't ask for anybody else. And then not only that, I'd have to put Rex in there too. Out of all the Santas I've met, those are probably the three most prominent Santas that, if I could combine all three of their knowledge together and their experience, I'd be in the Hall of Fame 10 times by now. So, I mean, it's just everything they've accomplished and everything. And you would be too. And I feel like you probably agree with me. If you were to combine those three Santas, there's nobody better if you could put them all as one.
Well, you know, the cool part about it is they are available to help us at all times and willing. Great people to ask questions, to bounce ideas off of. It's kind of been pretty neat this week. Bruce has reached out to me several times since the show with some great ideas and some great comments. Quality man, Bruce Kotowich, actually with a V. It's with a W, but I think it's pronounced Kotovich. Is the way correct. He told us is the proper way to say it. Or Bruce Guerin is his Santa persona name. But a fantastic gentleman, highly regarded, and we were so lucky to have him on the show last week. Melissa Lynn, you got a good point there. That's something else that we should mention. Just because you're not in Michigan doesn't mean you can't be part of MAPS. They let other folks from other parts of the country. Melissa Lynn lives in Arkansas, central Arkansas there, and she's part of MAPS. They adapted her. She's been up to some of their get-togethers, meetings. As a matter of fact, probably going to the Enclave, right, Melissa? We've got the Red Suit Enclave coming on.
Yeah, that was said earlier, that anybody is invited to go to MAPS. That was on the Monday show from Randy.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything. You just got to pay for your own food and your own accommodations. But yeah, the going to the conclave costs you nothing. There's no fee.
That's exactly right. All right. So I think at this point, let's kind of move along. We're running short on time here. So let's go ahead and let's do the lead in for the point of view, Angela. All right, so I had written this earlier before our plan B fell through tonight. So this is really fitting for the night, the week that we've had. Tonight's point of view, my Santa's point of view, will be the importance of having a plan B or C, and sometimes that's not even enough. You can never have too many backup plans. I always say, if it can happen, it will eventually happen. The best laid plans is defined as, no matter how careful a project is planned, something may go wrong with it. And that is so true. You never know. Always be thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. If circle track racing, auto racing ever taught me a valuable lesson, that was one of them. In racing, you've got to always be looking 2 or 3 cars ahead. You've got to have a plan. A car cuts down on you or squeezes you into the wall, or an accident happens right in front of you. You've got to be on your toes, and you've got to be ready to react to that. In the rescue industry, the same lesson has served me well. Just as in life, things can and will happen. Think through your planning and have at least a couple of options should plan A fall through. This can apply to your costuming and props as well. Always carry a backup such as glasses or cone hats, buttons or safety pins, or even spare boots or suits, just in case the inevitable and unavoidable situation rears its ugly head. You can never tell. A lot of us have talked about wet babies and that sort of thing, so it's always good to have backups. Being prepared can reduce stress, and then if that situation pops up, you know you have it covered, or at least have a plan B or a plan C, and it will allow you to stay focused, deliver the best performance you can, in return benefiting those in your event or community that you serve. Be your best through planning, and remember, you can never be too prepared. Professionalism begins with planning. That's my POV for our Tuesday, August 2nd. We want to thank you for listening to that.
And don't forget, it falls right back in my scouting stuff. What is the scout motto? Be prepared.
Be
And
prepared.
folks, you can't be over prepared. And I'll throw something else in there, Bob. I know you take a bag to the set with you as well as I do. And I get leg cramps really bad after sitting there 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. I go to Walmart and I get a small bottle of pickle juice, and that's what it's called, pickle juice. Actually, it's made in Mesquite, Texas, Bob. I don't know if you knew that or not, but if you'll get a bottle of that, when you feel like you're getting a cramp coming on, swig that down, and it's 2 swallows basically. And yes, it's sour, but if you've got a cramp coming on, it will go away, if not completely gone within minutes.
Yeah, it's a little shot bottle like the 5-hour shots. Similar to that, it's at the checkout counter at your Wally World. They always have them there. But fantastic to have with you. And our pickles never have any juice in them here. We always end up drinking the juice before we eat the pickles. So, it's good to have. It does work fantastic. Give it about a minute to 2 minutes. I don't care how bad your cramp is, that cramp will be gone.
Yeah,
so always be prepared. Think ahead and be prepared. All right, so at this point, let's go ahead and reveal tonight's trivia answers. And winners. Elf Angela says she has the winners ready for us. So let's go ahead and give the answer to the first trivia. That's the Sleigh Driver Apparel. When was the first Christmas card sent and who created it? Our research says 1843. John Horsley, Horsley, he was an English academic, painter, illustrator, and designer. And again, if anyone got a different answer than that, that's research that I did not find. I asked the question several different ways, and that was how I came up with that particular answer. And that was through Google, by the way. And the winner for that one was?
Carlucci.
Santa Carlucci.
All right, way to go.
Carlucci, fantastic. All right, so we got your address, Carlucci, so no need for you to send that to me. All right, so let's jump on to the Stuff for Santa and School of Santas. That's confusing. One has an S, one doesn't. .com, a children's poem published in New York in 1821, was the first publication to mention Santa's reindeer. Like I said, this was kind of a trick question because a lot of folks instantly think of a visit from old St. Nick or 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which is a correct answer, but there was a name that it was given in 1821 because that wasn't published till 1823, which the credit ended up going to Clement C. Moore for the publication of that. But the original book poem in 1821 that was published, Ode Santa Claus with Much Delight. Ode Santa Claus, and that's Santeclaus with Much Delight, was the original name of the poem that first mentioned the 8 reindeer. All right, and our winner there is?
It's Scott Becker.
Scott Becker. Fantastic, Scott
All
Becker.
right, great job, Scott.
I don't know if I've got your address yet or not, your mailing address. It seems like I might. But just in case, go ahead and PM that to me, Scott, and that way we can get your gift coming from the flag, matter of fact, coming from Spangle. All right, Scott, you got any closing thoughts at this point?
Well, I want everybody to remember that Tuesday Night Live, you can find it on Facebook, not Facebook, but on YouTube. The recordings are there as well. And wish everybody a happy rest of your week and have healthy days ahead. And let's all get ready. We've got less than 100 days before most of our season starts. So
a lot of guys start on November 5th, around the November 5th time frame. So it's coming up fast. If you haven't got your boots shined up, polished, any repairs you need to do to your suit or your boots, which you should have already done, but if you don't, now is the time to get that done. Go ahead and order up your prescriptions. You may need a prescription for 90 days. If you can get those 90 days in advance, that way you've got them that'll run you through the whole season. Also remember, Mrs. Claus and the elves, they deserve gifts. They work hard all year. They help support you. They do the things that they need to do to help you be the best Santa that you can be. So, if you're in a chair job like I am through November and December, kind of hard to get out and shop because I'm there all day by myself, the only Santa. So be sure and get your Christmas shopping done early, or have an elf that can help you, as I do, Elf Angela, who helps me out.
In many ways.
What's that?
In many ways, she helps you out. She's our producer tonight.
She's my rocking stone, her and my Mrs. Claus, and the rest of the family. But fantastic to have a family around you that really helps support you.
Thank you, Ray, for your comment just then. We appreciate your support, and as always, you're always in our prayers, and we love you, brother, and wishing you well for a quick recovery.
Yes, absolutely. I second that notion. And of course, we'd ask him to come on tonight with us too, but being in the hospital and recovering, we just couldn't put him through all that trauma. He doesn't need that stress. But again, with less than an hour, because we were out celebrating my son-in-law's father's birthday today. And so we were out when I got that phone call from Spangle. And, I said, well, we can cancel the show or we can throw something together last minute. While with a mouthful of food, I picked up my phone, called Scott. Scott says, I'm in. Thank you so much, Scott, for filling in. We're always glad to have you. And, we threw together something here for you guys tonight. It may not be what we had expected. Our audience has stayed with us through it all. We want to thank you so much. You are the reason we do this. Without you, we would just be sitting here talking to each other. Again, Scott mentioned that these shows can be seen, of course, on the Tuesday Night Live show Facebook page and by the same name on YouTube. Get over and check them out if you haven't. I got to say, last night I couldn't sleep, so I came in here, turned my computer back on, and watched the Thursday Night Live special from Branson all the way through, all hour and 26 minutes of it, I believe it was, and just laughed and laughed and laughed. It was funny. I was so tired when we got back from Branson the first, right after we got back, that I watched it, but I don't think I absorbed it like I did last night. So, but Scott and I have some things working for next year's and any of the other live interviews that we may do outside of the show that is going to make the quality much greater than what we used in Branson. Branson was a good stepping stone. We learned a lot, and we know that technology was lacking there, and we're working on that as we speak.
Well, we jumped on there, and Bob says, use your phone. I said, okay. So I jumped out there with my phone, but the audio with all the noise and everything going on in the room was not what we would have hoped it would have been. And I think we've got a solution for that now. And when you hold a phone in your hand so long, eventually it starts doing this, and we get a little bit of the shakes trying to hold it up, talking to people. So we've got that, I think, nipped in the bud as well. And so we hope that you all will join us and look forward to seeing what's going on at the School of Santas, and hopefully you'll be there so we can interview you and put you on live here at the Tuesday Night Live show. So with that being said, please like and share this channel for us, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube. So anyhow, Bob, I think that if you don't have anything else to say, I hope everybody stays tuned every week, same time, same Claus time, same Claus channel, right? Is that correct? I don't know if that's the proper term. It's been a long time.
Yeah. In closing the show out, you mentioned about your hand getting tired. I was using Elf Angela's selfie stick, which is more for still photos and quick little videos. And every time I pulse and my hand would pulsate, I could see the camera shake just a tad because of my pulse pulsating. So that was something that was unexpected and I didn't expect. And as far as the same Santa time, same Santa channel that you started off with, closing the show out in the beginning, we're all inclusive. So it's not just Santa, it's Santa and Mrs. Claus. So we went to the term same Claus time, same Claus channel. Each week, 7 p.m., same Claus time, same Claus channel. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. Have a blessed week, everyone. Until next time, on behalf of myself, Scott, F. Angela, and everyone in the audience. God bless. Thank you so much, and good night.
Merry Christmas.